So I promised him I would stop talking about ape sexual assault.
Welcome back to Arthur Morgan has just unloaded my six-shooter again. There was an impressive bang, but six times is a bit optimistic.
Okay. Is that a sexual performance joke?
Sexual performance joke implying that the first orgasm is pretty good, but after that things get a bit dry.
Yeah, you have that thought in your head, don't you? Oh, I'm going all night long, and then after number one, you're like, yeah, it's kind of sleep.
Yeah, speaking of things getting dry, we are
Can-
past 50 episodes of our podcast now.
This is technically like our special 50th useless microtransaction, and it's happening live. We're on
It
TikTok
is.
and all that jazz. Yeah,
It is. And we
yeah.
thought we'd try and suck ourselves off a bit on this episode and talk about all the good times we've had over the past year on the pod, what we've enjoyed, what we've hated, and all the stuff in between.
We said the best part. We sent a message saying we'll do about the best parts. So you immediately go to the best parts and the parts we hated.
Yeah, but the best parts are probably the stuff we've hated as well.
So my best part is something you've hated. Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
pretty much.
Will you do me a favour when we get to the end of this and you're doing your little outro about Arthur Morgan? Will you? What did he die of? Was it like hepatitis or herpes or something?
TB, wasn't it?
Was it tuberculosis? Oh, that's not as funny. Try and work that in if you can. You know, I only realised recently that kids don't have TB scars anymore.
I do.
I know I do. We're 30 something gamers, of course we do. In the
Mm.
chat, put whether you've got this is like Eurovision types of interactivity, isn't it? In the chat, put down if you've got a TB scar. Hey. But it tells you age because and this is for all you out there, we're getting political. Get a vaccine, you pricks. All
You heard
right?
it here first.
The reason no one has TB scars anymore is because we all got vaccinated and then we got rid of it. Not completely, but it's gone. We don't need to get it.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm trying to get on Joe Rogan
Mm.
next. That's the next one.
Okay, let's talk. Yeah, we're talking about. Do you remember in that South Park episode with the member berries?
Is that with the norms?
No, they
That's
go
the
around
underpants
just
one.
talking about nostalgia, like, "Hey, member Star Wars, member, member."
No,
No,
I
never
don't
mind.
know.
Member TGB Jabs.
Does
Anyway,
this go anywhere? He only
um,
said BCG, but I thought that was a nightclub in Magaluf.
that's the big giant in it. No, that's the BFG.
The
Anyway,
big. Oh, me fill lights went off at this side of my face. It's dark. I look like Harvey Dent now. Running out of battery.
you're fine. No one's going to notice.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to talk about your favorite moments on the pod?
Well, yes, I do. I'm going to keep. you know what I've realized I've done? I've wrote down my favorite moments on my notes because I do prep, and I've not ordered them in like sort of a good narrative. I'm moving that one to last.
Okay.
One of my favorite parts, just leading with a nice soft one, not too deep. Game Buster. I love my Game Buster every single week. It just, I'm always a big fan of Carl Pilkington, and I think lots of people. I still am, and I listen to his podcast all the time. Such a funny, whether it's unintentional or whatever. And he does Rockbusters on his show. If anyone doesn't know where it comes from, where he would do the same thing, such as um, one of the clues was, my uncle getting his fags on the way back from France or something, and it was by on ferry, which is Brian Ferry. And like those have stuck with us, and the fact that I get to think of something stupid every single week, and how annoyed you can get at it, and that you pretend you don't like it, but when you get it, I can see how happy you are. That you've got it. I just love doing them.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like some of them are good because they make sense, but others
Yeah,
are fucking terrible.
but you've got to have peaks and troughs.
You
You've got to
do.
have peaks and troughs. You were getting too many. That's why we had in the last episode, episode 50. Go and listen to it if you haven't already. We had Lagos Rock Band because I knew you wouldn't get it, and I knew it was going to be that was more done to wind you up and be funny. If it's very, very like sort of a really like sort of
If you're stretching it
tentative,
to
yeah,
it,
yeah, it's to
stretching
wind
it
you
to
up.
its least potential. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
like listen, like I said, you can see behind us, I've got a lot of video games. I sit and look at them, and it is so hard sometimes,
Mm.
really hard to think of one. So I'm glad I've managed to keep it up and long may it happen. I do think I'm going to have to change eventually to like maybe video game characters and things like that to keep it fresh and
Gotta keep it fresh.
well, yeah.
But that leads me nicely onto my favorite bits, which are not necessarily the trivia, but the introductions to the trivia, where I'd say whether you're a poser or not.
Oh,
You need to
I thought you were going to see the theme tune.
No, I mean, yeah, the theme tune I'm semi proud of, but trying to think of ways to mix it up every now and then. But also with the new people coming in, like I always feel like I need to just do it as the original, otherwise people are not gonna know what the hell it's on about. But I think the little play on words of using video game titles to describe whether you're a poser or not has been a lot of fun, and I really enjoy making those every single week. A few of my choice favorites, um, Metro Exodus is some sort of biblical newspaper.
Do you have these written down, or do you just remember them because you
I
like them that
remember them,
much?
yeah.
Because I can't remember any. That's why when I did one, I took the orange box
Which I
and
already done.
you'd already done it, and I just hadn't realised. But mine was funnier. So,
My favorite one though, which no one really said anything about, and I thought I was so happy with it,
uh-huh.
was he's one of these posers who thinks that Subnautica is some sort of wet sandwich. I was so happy with that one.
I don't think I get it. How's Nautica? Oh, sub.
Sub
It's
Nautica.
not a great one.
No.
You've done better. You've done better. You've done better. But
And my a more recent one, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, when Tom removes his underpants.
yeah, it's good. That's better. That's better. I like that one. But like
Yeah.
in general, I like. I don't, and this sounds like weird. We were talking about our maddest things on the last episode. The maddest thing that's happened was podcasting, and I just went on to promote another person's podcast who doesn't need promotion because they're much bigger than us. But I got to be on it. Um, but like it feels surreal when we do when it's still I'm still at that point where when certain things happen to us in content creation and things like that, it feels surreal. And I think the fact like those things that we've mentioned there and the fact that we have callback jokes and stuff, that feels really cool to me. That we've
Mm.
sort of got something that we've built and does like that, and we can see this not. We've got it coming up. I've got a couple of moments that I thought were funny, but we're talking about it's this part of the show or that part of the show, and like callback jokes, like how we keep going back to what a rogue like is, and um how we kept talking about the foreskin in Cyberpunk for so long, for longer than I think any podcast has ever talked about foreskin, even Bar Mitzvahs Weekly. Is that where the Briss Weekly? Damn it! I destroyed my own joke. Um, yeah, Jews, foreskin. Um, but yeah, that we have that stuff. That feels cool to me. And even like in my head, I'm thinking like other people get these references and stuff, and they probably don't. But in
No.
my head, there's like someone listening going, "Oh, they mentioned that like a couple of weeks ago and stuff like that." Um, it's
Yeah.
and like our little tiff about who's the best at trivia and that you'll say I'm crap at trivia, but I'm not. Like those ongoing things, I think are cool. I like those.
Did we actually put a poll out about who was best at trivia?
Right? You
Awesome.
stop trying to be the Wizard of Oz. Right?
I was just asking a question.
Stop trying to lift the curtain. Did we actually put a poll out? We are recording this live. They know we are recording it instantly. I don't know where I put a poll out yet because I haven't put the episode on Spotify yet.
All right.
I mean, when no one's listening and we record 17 episodes in one night and we're pretending that we're not, maybe that can work. But not when there's people in the chat literally watching us going, "What, Dean?"
All right. I wasn't sure you were doing it at the same time when we did the trivia on the last episode. Or were you doing it simultaneously? Because you're very
How
good at multitasking.
how could I have uploaded the episode? We haven't even ended the
Well,
live yet. We're on the same live. How could I have uploaded to Spotify and put a poll on it?
it could have been like a little marketing tactic, like before the episode, you
You
know.
know when you said you were talking about things that we hate on the show?
Yeah.
You just common sense.
Okay. Anyway, that
Anything,
sounded scripted. No, it's not. This is absolute lack of planning. Yeah, that's more like it.
yeah, anything
Um,
you like.
Poxy
See, it did
Defense. I've
sound
never seen
scripted. Oh, did we put a poll out?
Poxy Defense. I've never seen Boxy do a live. Yeah, I don't do them very often for good reason. Sorry. Bits I like. The guests. Got to talk about the guests.
I have got that one. I've got it further down. Yes, I do. I've enjoyed every episode.
Yeah, they've
There were
been
guests,
fantastic.
and
Um,
what I enjoyed that we did is we tried to get different guests every single time, looking at like different aspects of gaming or collecting or whatever it was. So every guest that we had um, was a different episode, and then we've just happened to get great guests on as well.
Yeah, no, they've been fantastic. So count them off. We had Liam for the record as our first one, who shared his love of music. We talked about video game music and favorite soundtracks. Then we had Sam for
Do
VO,
we not
Sam
have
VO,
Cheds on before then?
Ched's on. Yeah, Ched Distinct Twitch on. And he
Oh,
did his.
Cheds, if you're listening, he forgot you.
I didn't forget you. You were going to come up on the next one. I just wasn't sure if Sam was first, but I think you're right. I think Ched's
Yeah,
was good
Cheds was
ones
great.
before.
I love Cheds. Cheds, Dan, hello Dan, is a great streamer and he's a really funny guy. And I genuinely have had a laugh with him. Like I still message him now. I've got him on WhatsApp and stuff like that. And did you appear on his podcast?
No,
Oh, I
I
did.
was actually scheduled to do it, but I pulled out for my own reasons.
He doesn't normally pull out. He is called
Hey.
normally called in the when you have your middle name and your boxy, yours would be Boxy Cream Pie Arty. And then no, but he's got a podcast. He's taken a break from the Creators Fair. He brought a podcast last year called the Date Pie Podcast. Go and have a listen if you haven't. He released an episode, like a 20 minutes episode at least, every single day. A funny sort of comedy um podcast, looking at things that like sort of the days and stuff like that. And I did a few episodes on there with him. So it was really cool having him on. And I feel like you loved uh Sam's episode just for the impressions.
I did, yeah. I mean, Sam, great guy, wonderful insights into the industry. He does voiceover. He's worked on Alan Wake too, and some other games like Control. I think he worked on. But yeah, we did a trivia round where him and Retro went head to head in an impressions competition, and it was wonderful.
I was phenomenal. I basically lost him his job. I was that good at it first time. He couldn't go anywhere from that. And can I just say, joking aside, Sam is one of the nicest people I have ever met. Like you meet lots of people in content creation and stuff like that. I think their shit stinks like roses. And no one's heard of them outside of their bedroom, even their parents. And Sam is someone who's worked on Alan Wake 2. Like I follow him now and see him like sort of going where he went to the BAFTAs, the Game and BAFTAs and stuff like that with the work that he does. And he was so down to earth, so humble, and he's still like we still message each other now. He's a father now and stuff. So yeah, that was a while ago now. But congratulations, Sam, on all that. And it was just refreshing to see someone with so much talent be so down to earth, so down to earth.
Nice to have a bit of talent on the podcast, wasn't it?
It was, it was. That was we had Goshen on, who has got a mammoth collection over in the States.
Yep.
And he was a lovely guy as well. That's when we tried to break America. It didn't work, did it?
No.
Not looking at the numbers.
We had Tempo Tom,
Yeah, Temple
who gave
Tom.
us an insight into the speedrunning community.
It was, which I already got. I'm part of, obviously, as being the world's slowest gamer on 4 games, even if it is not registered yet. That is still ongoing, by the way. I am still talking with moderators about getting my score for Batman Arkham Asylum, slowest in the world, reinstated. Human. But yeah,
That's a callback that no one really wants to hear.
well, we will be going back to that as soon as it is
Mm.
sorted. Sorted.
And
I'm,
we had
I'm,
Holster.
you are? Yes, we
Holster.
did have Holster as well during when early this year. Who's a great Resi Evil, survival horror in general. Is trying to sort of go full time on YouTube at the minute. Talking about all the Resi Evil games, which was cool because we all love a bit of Resi Evil. Yeah, so they've all been awesome. Um, so going from awesome people, to one of my favorite moments was how bad your game was when we had an episode free reign to create any video game that we wanted. And you made an estate agent simulator.
Yeah, I did.
You did,
I did.
and then you were trying to make it sound like cool with mechanics and things like that, and it just wasn't. There was nothing to redeem it. Oh well, they might like the smell of warm bread, so you you bake a loaf of bread. It was the worst thing ever, and then a few episodes, and it just goes into your psyche. That was your favorite game. And then not long after we created our favorite places we would want to live in video games. and you created a Jet 2 holiday when when you could go anywhere. And I'm like, I'm making a podcast with a guy who ideal game is to be an estate agent. And can I just check? You were an estate agent for a short amount of time as well, weren't you?
I was in a station for years, yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
you want to? Did you love it?
No, I hated it.
So you wanted to relive that? So so he was an estate
Who says it?
agent.
It's not a game for
He
me.
was he was an estate agent. We could make any game we wanted. Why are you making it for someone else? He could make any game he wanted, and he made a game about a job that he hated for years, and then he could live anywhere he wanted to, and he made he made a Jet 2 holiday, including places like, was there a food world for Mario? So it was like an all you can eat buffet
Yeah.
and things like. Where else does he want?
Wii
It was like
Sports Resort.
a yeah, that really tickled me. I don't know whether it, don't know whether anyone else got it, but it just
I still
really,
stand by that. I mean, let's face it, 99% of all video game worlds are fucking dangerous.
yeah, I know that, but like, and then obviously we had a conversation last episode about who would win in a fight, and you're going, well, most places are dangerous, so I wouldn't go there.
Why do you put on such dumb accent
You
on
put
that?
on a Yorkshire accent for me, and I can't do that.
Fair enough. No, going back to the estate agency thing, I generally think there is a good game in there about
No,
negotiating.
no, we're not.
It's not so much about
We're not talking about it again. We just
I
talked
just
about our
want
favorite parts.
I have one rebuttal and that's it.
Go on.
Like
Go on.
take the estate agency thing out of it, but I think there is a game about sales and negotiating that you could make and it would be a
I'm
hit.
sure it's probably already there, but has much more exciting aesthetics than open the window. They like fresh air.
I mean, I mean,
Close the window. A dog shit outside.
I like gardening. I like Power Wash Simulator. Like this is my vibe.
Well, I tell you what it is. I'm taking the mick here, right? Just wait until I don't know whether the next episode or the episode after is whose vote time it is to say what they've been playing.
Mm.
Um, but I've been playing a game that you will rip stuff out of me, but I absolutely love it. But for me taking the piss out of you for this, you will rip shit out of me. But
Is it like Farming Simulator or something?
it is worse. I'll
Bus
just
Simulator.
shall I give you um shall I give you the title and we'll talk about it on the next episode.
Yeah, go on then.
We'll get the listeners in. It's called Librarian. Tidy up the arcane library.
You see, and you're making fun of me that I want
It's
to
a
make an
great
estate game,
game.
where there's someone who's made a game about being a librarian.
It's a great. I'll talk about. I'm not going to talk about it now. I'll talk about it on the next episode. Keep them wanting more. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
You got any more favorite moments?
Um, I'd like I stand by it. I think video game Tinder
Vid-
has been some of the best trivia.
Do you enjoy it because you think it's good, or do you enjoy it because I get like genuine, not like sort of putting on a little bit, like genuinely annoyed at it?
I think it just sums up this podcast. I think it's like me running with an idea which probably isn't all that good, but
Mm.
putting a lot of commitment towards it and you just having to go with the flow and
What
getting annoyed in the process.
what do you mean by putting a lot of effort into it? What effort do you put into it?
Well, it's an idea and I just go with it.
Not effort. Not effort. I make more effort. Oh, right. Okay.
I mean, fair enough. Right. I will say this. In a moment of genuine sincerity, you do most of the work on this podcast. But
But
in my
and
defense, you've got the kit, you've got the tech, you've got the skills, you've got your degree in radio, whatever. So I don't know how I can contribute much to that.
have you tried? Could you post on our socials? You never once said, Tom, do you know when the video comes out and you clip it and put like 3 videos out every episode? Do you want me to do that?
Do you want me to do that?
No, you'd fuck it up.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
just I'm just waiting for us to break America and then we get an 80-20 split. That's it's all
Ooh,
selfish. The
I
only reason
better
the only reason I'm putting the work in is to like I can have my lawyers and I'll go, well, I do this, and this, and then you're scuppered.
I better lawyer up, bitch.
Well, the best thing is I know all the passwords for all the accounts.
Yeah, but that's
You
not saying a lot. It's probably like 1 2 3 4 5 or QWERTY.
it's not because actually, my missus made all the passwords. She shows something random.
Oh,
Um,
I can just look through our chat sometime and find it.
delete
Tom
it.
just likes to moan a bit too much. I agree.
I don't like them on too much. I don't like. I am the most upbeat and like sort of what's the name of the dog in Up? Doug.
Doug,
I'm like Doug, right? And
you are,
you
yeah.
bring this in real life with anyone. Ask anyone who's met me in person. I'm such a nice and just chilled out guy, and you just annoy the piss out of me.
That's all scripted. He doesn't really mean that.
You annoy the piss out of me.
Anyway.
I like you. You're my friend, but like like I don't know. You know when you get an ulcer, all right, and
Part of you.
you start playing it on your tongue, all right, and you're like, oh, it's fucking ulcer. I wish it go away. And then it goes, and your tongue sort of reminisces and goes back to that side of your cheek, and the ulcer's no longer there, and you think, oh,
God, it
yeah.
sounds like I'm fucking domestically abusing you or something. Anyway, that was jolly good, wasn't it?
No, I've got two more.
All right, go on then.
Well, a quick one. I enjoyed the ape sexual assault joke. We talked about it before the episode started, but it'll be edited out, and that's why the intro mentions it. I don't like the joke. Well, the joke is funny, but I enjoyed your face because I mentioned something about Donkey Kong and sexual assault. What he if he was a human, what Nate would do with a human, and then on the next episode before we started recording, Boxy said, "Do you think that should go out and blah blah blah?" And I said, "Look, it's like an ape would do that. It's fine. It's okay. I'm an offended one." I said in jest, and I said I'll not mention it again. And I'd already wrote the intro, and as Ron Burgundy, I couldn't change what I was said on the teleprompter. And I'd mentioned it because we talked about side quests, and I was mentioning about going off on tangents. And I made some reference and joke to it, and looking at your face going, for fuck's sake, we just said he wouldn't talk about it anymore. That was cool.
You do like to go off on a tangent or two.
Just me. Mainly
Yes,
me.
just you.
Mainly me. Mainly me. But I think we need to finish this out with the episode that we haven't mentioned when we're talking about the favorite moments. I think that if it's podcast ends tomorrow and stuff like that, the best thing that we have done with this was episode 10, which was our mental health podcast that we did in Mental Health Week last year, sorry. And we will do something, I think, along those lines at some point again. Um, but we got a lot of views, a lot of listens on that, and a lot of comments. And I got a lot of private messages and stuff for people that had said it sort of got to them at some point. And for two guys that had only made 9 episodes of a podcast and never met in person, I feel like we were both very open with not just ourselves, but with everyone. And it's still there for anyone to listen. And I think that's really important, especially in men's mental health. So if everything was to end, I'm really proud that we got to do that and hopefully help at least one person, which I think is cool.
Yeah. No, it was a really great episode. I love that one. One of the best conversations I've ever had in my life, to be honest. So yeah, just always there for anybody if they need support. And I agree, we want to do another one fairly soon. It is actually Mental Health Awareness Week this week, I think.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
Well, it'll not be
We
when
should
this
have done
goes
it.
out.
If we
Yeah,
were better organized, we would have been able to
yeah,
release it for
yeah,
that one, but never mind.
yeah, yeah.
We'll do another one
Right.
at some point.
Let's stop being deep and go and make a joke about a cowboy's penis.
Okay, so that was Arthur Morgan has just unloaded my six-shooter again. I'm now feeling bored, and it's time to go back to the horse.
Is that like supposed to be like whore, but horse?
Horse.
It didn't hit.